J360 Radio.
Hello, J360 Legion, and welcome to the J360 MiniBytes here on J360 Radio, hosted by J.M. Brady. I am your host, J.M. Brady. Let's get into it. Hey, how's it going, J360 Legion? What is happening? And by the way, I gotta say, Happy New Year's. We made it. We made it to another one. Goodbye, December. Hello, January. And it's time to run the bases again. Yeah. I noticed a lot of people have been sitting there saying, like, oh, yeah, I can't wait till summer comes back. Oh, summer is going to be amazing. Yeah, I can't wait till that. And you know what's going to be hilarious? All the people that sat there and said, you know what? How is my electric bill for my AC and all that kind of stuff this year? Nah. Honestly, I can understand being excited for the seasons and all, but I also understand, letting things take their course, and it's kind of okay for, what choice do we have? Like, let this stuff ride out here for, like, the winter time, going into, spring and summer and all that jazz. Yeah. But you know what, though? Like, I'm really excited for this year because... And no, it's not because of what the hell the government's going to be. I'm not worried about the United States government, especially for this episode. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to realize this. We have a chance to go ahead and change and make our own lives livable and better and all that jazz. And that should be the main goal for all of us to, improve our own statuses and stuff. I managed to get through December with money this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy as hell about that. I was like, usually I'd be out there on dire straits and saying, well, that paycheck coming in during January, maybe I could hold out till then. No. But this time, things are actually pretty good to go. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about all that. And then... not to mention, like, I've been taking a nice little R&R siesta for a while. Just sitting back and thinking about things. Yep, catching up with the family and watching some classic animation and all that stuff. Which is funny because I noticed that some people that were looking on my stories and stuff, they were like, had a good kick out of all that stuff. Yeah, I've been watching some Pink Panther stuff lately. There's just something about that art style and that music and just the vibe of everything, and it's sorely missing in today's animation, if you think about it. But, hey, like I said, we can have all these things back, which is what this whole episode is really about. Not only is it a new year, but it's the same mission, but it's all about how to carry out the mission this time. And the mission is... we're going to rebuild J360 Productions, and we're just going to run it through, you know what I mean? All shows should be showing, and this time it's not about, like, taking, like, a week off to go ahead and make sure, like, we have the big projects undergoing, or go ahead and experiment. Experimenting is always great, and that is a big component. But this time, though, I want you guys to get the full effect, so I'm going to be bringing that in. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, I remember like one little outlet that I was using isn't exactly cool with me, so I had to go ahead and nix that. I had to go ahead and get rid of a few things for the big assignment and all, but I'll tell you one thing, that's why we have trial and error, But I gotta say this, Blue Sky though, Blue Sky is pretty... no, it's about the same as Twitter. What am I talking about? See? Actually, it isn't that bad. It's okay. I mean, I'm still... like, the thing about it is, like, Twitter wasn't such a big deal for me back in the day because I never really used it as much. I would go in there and talk about, like, when the latest Jams episode was coming, but I never made it my whole thing, And even when I was able to go ahead and take, like, parts of the site and everything when I was using a different website at the time, and I would send it over there, it would automatically pop up on Twitter and all that stuff. But, ever since Musk took over, none of that stuff has been fun, none of that stuff has been appealing. And actually, I went back to it not too long ago today. And I saw that you have to subscribe and pay for all the features that, such as live streaming, correcting your posts, and I'm sure there's one other thing, deleting your posts, but deleting doesn't matter because the Wayback Machine and everything, how the internet goes, no matter how many times you post and delete stuff, it already has it. So, yeah, to hell with all that stuff, But I was on there and I was like, well, you know what? I don't mind looking at it, but I probably won't be doing too much on that, is what I'm saying. And then, like, if you added me on Blue Sky, chances are, like, you'll hear from me and all that kind of stuff when there's a Jams episode or a major announcement or, like, all sorts of things. And I also heard Threads is coming along. So, I don't know. Just ride it out. Like, there are so many people out there that do this stuff and they're like, social media is dying and all that stuff. And it's like, no, it's not. What the hell is going on here? Which, by the way, I wish we would have left this in 2024, but there's no way that we are. That end is nigh kind of attitude that people have, like, because it ended in some way or they're not making it big in some area, they automatically assume it's dead or it's over or whatever. They always say, it's over. No, it's not. It's just like when all them people were talking about how animation is dying and it's over, when at the same time, they just had an agreement for what they're about to do. Now, things are about to change in a big way for it, but it's not dead and over. This is why I don't watch Clownfish TV and all that jazz. Or like the whole idea of AAA gaming is in a tailspin and it's going to die too. I don't think it's going to die per se. I think it's going to have to go in a new direction. Like the direction that they don't expect it to, where it's like, use what sells and stop trying to go for this modern audience because it's the same audience. We all just got older. You know what I mean? And then not to mention, stop pandering. Which is like one of the things I look at for a lot of my projects and stuff. But I know my audience, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that there are some women out there that love the shows, and there's some men out there that love the shows, and, they're usually of the 35 and up demographic, and then sometimes, I hit like the young 20 demographic now and again. It's just like this. I know that I'm not making anything for kids, so I always know, like, my audience, is what I'm saying. Which is unlike some people, because some people try to appeal to everybody, and you know what happens when that goes, right? Right. But yeah, it's a damn shame. But you see, as far as how things are going to be going here at J360 Productions, you have the MiniBytes tonight, you have the J-Man show coming back tomorrow, and you don't have a Jams happening, but you have Jams coming in 2 weeks. Matter of fact, next Friday, Jams 105 will be landing. The party of all parties continue, y'all. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss out on this. So if you have tracks or if you're a musician that wants to be on Jams, email me at j360jams@gmail.com. Send me 2 tracks and a link that you'd like to see grow. That link could be a Spotify, could be a SoundCloud, could be a YouTube, could be a Deezer, whichever you'd like it to be. And especially, and I prefer this one, Bandcamp. You know what I mean? What better way to help you grow? That's what I would like to see in addition to helping me grow. Hey, by the way, is YouTube alright? Because when I was over there dealing with it, right, I've noticed that my subscriber count went up and my views went up and everything. So whatever's going on, I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying, like, I mean, maybe it's fixed. Maybe people are finally getting some, little pushes here and there. And that always helps. But, as I look at, like, the YouTube account and all that stuff, and the shows are landing on it without any sort of interruption from YouTube, I'm enjoying it. So, like I said, we're just going to have to use that as a nice outlet if you get my drift on everything. You know what I'm saying? So, any of y'all that enjoy it on YouTube, thank you. Really appreciate it. And you know what? That just helps me keep going with things, because, like, as I'm bringing another show back, I'm wondering where it should land at. Should it land on Twitter or should it land on YouTube? Now, some people say multi-streaming. I have done the multi-stream stuff. It's just like, like which one would you prefer exactly? And like, where's the biggest draw and all that kind of stuff? There's little things like that that really help out, And it seems like that seems to be the case of everything. But, in case anything ever really goes wrong with Twitter, always aim for the YouTube channel, okay? So that's youtube.com/J360 Productions. I'm going to start making that the main streaming and all, Whereas like with Twitch will be there if we decide to do the multi-streams and all that kind of stuff. It's usually Twitch first, but not this time. We're going to do things a little bit differently. And, it all pays off in the end, and then I like to see, like, certain things grow, because, let's see, I'm not that far from getting monetized on YouTube, so I think that's really, really cool, and, the plans that me and Al have coming up and stuff, it's just really at the right time of everything. But yeah, the mission still stays the same, but we got to do it differently. And then, not to mention, for jams and all, we're on the road to Jamiversary 5. And I get the feeling that this year is going to run by quick, too. So, as we are in January right now, 5 months down the road, it'll be Jamiversary time. And we will celebrate throughout the whole month of June, rocking, listening to the best music worldwide. And I really would like more musicians to have a nice spotlight on there. So always remember the number, 240-903-1634. Okay? 240-903-1634. That is the J360 hotline. And any of the musicians or listeners and all, you can leave a voicemail for that's up to a minute. Or if I'm doing a show live or anything, you can call on in and I'll chat with you from time to time. Yes, yes, yes. Connection is what it's all about, people. And it doesn't matter if it's a J360 radio or a J360 TV show, because I figured out a lot of stuff behind the scenes while I was out and about. But this is going to be pretty cool for all of us, and I really am looking forward to doing a little bit more. Speaking of which, about Project Conference, I want everybody to stay tuned until February so I can go ahead and get the next row of interviews set up and ready to go, because we're going to have ourselves some fun. And since I'm not using a certain, device anymore, we got a new way of doing things. All right? I know you all been hearing it, and I know that you're like, what is it, Jay? What is it, Jay? Come on, please, please, please. And it's like, yeah, I can't do it right now, folks. I have to NDA myself sometimes, We're going to have to keep that under wraps. But trust me, you'll love it when you see it. And for those of you that have been using the IG broadcast channel, thank you. Because I got something on hand of what to do with that as well. So you just stay tuned, bear with me, and, we'll make Mission 2025 possible. Also, about the content for the J-Man show. Yeah, it stays the same. I ain't changing a damn thing. You're just going to have to deal with that. Okay. Yeah, figure, the J-Man show, tell it like it is, y'all. I mean, you got too many people lying to you on the daily. Don't you think it'd be nice if you had somebody tell you the truth? Letting you know. So, yeah, as we go about this stuff, I'm just letting you know how it goes, because we all know who won the presidency, and we all know that I don't really care for him, and, at the end of the day, of course, I didn't really pay attention to Joe Biden that much either, I just want to get back to living my life and having a good time. But it's kind of like, when you think about it, we just got to see what happens, and either way, just go ahead and bear through the year. Things should be fine, if you get my drift. But all in all, though, I'm just letting you know that we're going to be okay. And here on J360 Productions, politics ain't the main thing anyway. However, I do always fight for the people that work for the studios a little bit more than the studios themselves. But, just letting you know how things go. But all in all, I think we'll be okay. But, till then, I want you all to take care of yourselves. I got to go get ready for the J-Man show tomorrow, in addition to a bunch of other things. Y'all take care of yourselves. And let's go ahead and ride this new year out. This is J-Man signing off. Peace.